Hey, it's Montoya McGowan with Stopping the Chase Counseling and Consulting. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I wanted to take a few minutes to share a few things that are discussed in therapy that can help you do a better job of learning how to be more self-aware. Because I think that the more self-aware you are, the more aware you are of who you are, how you came to be, what your foundation is, how your foundation got to be where it is emotionally, spiritually, then you're able to better manage your thought life. You're also able to do a better job at sometimes I stutter to make sure I'm saying what I'm thinking and I'm saying stuff that comes out right. So anyway, to make sure that you are you do a better job at learning how to deal with other people. So when you know how to deal with yourself, how to manage yourself, when you know how you are, then that helps give you better insight and awareness into other folks. Not that you need to figure out how to change people, but maybe how to deal with them, how to deal with their ways of thinking, how to manage yourself when you're around people who aren't so easy to deal with, or if you just don't understand them. So for this session, we're going to talk about distorted thinking. Thinking that may be errors in some ways or ways that aren't really serving to the situation. There's about 15 styles of distorted thinking. So I'm only going to talk about 5 of them. One is filtering. You take the negative details out of a situation and then you filter out all of the positives in the situation and you focus on the negative. And so you filter out anything that could be good. And I think these are usually the people who don't like the Joel Osteens, because the Joel Osteens kind of do the opposite, or they prefer to focus on the positives of a situation and build up the positives as opposed to pulling out the negatives and calling it. These people, I call these people the real talk folks. You know, they want to focus on the negative stuff and then they label it real talk as far as being realistic. Well, we know those things exist. We just choose not to use our brain power on negative things. Another one is polarized thinking. So polarized thinking is thinking that things are good or bad, black or white, left or right, one way or the other. You have to be perfect or you're a failure. There is no room for in between, and there's no middle ground, either or. So there's also no room for an opportunity for you to be human. You either is or you ain't with people who do polarized thinking. That makes me think about like a Polaroid picture. It comes out and that's just what it is. You won't be able to make any changes or adjustments to it. Another one is overgeneralization. You come to a general conclusion based on a single incident or piece of evidence, and if something bad happens once, then you expect it to happen over and over again. So if something bad happens, then this gives you the opportunity to say it always happens. If something doesn't go your way, then it gives you the opportunity to say this person never does this or never does that. So always and never are usually good words that are used in overgeneralization. How many is that? 3? Ooh, mind reading. This one comes up in relationship issues a lot. Not just intimate relationships, but friendships, family ships, any type of connection where you think the other person might know you or should know this is how things should be. So without saying so, these people know what you're feeling and why a person acts the way they act and why they do the things they do. And in particular, you are able to divine how people are feeling towards you. And this gives you the opportunity to be able to say, if you are mind reading, say, because I know you feel such and such about me, or I know you think X, Y, and Z. And that could be true, it could not be true, but if you are attempting to use mind reading as a part of your conversation, or mind reading as a part of conflict management, distorted thinking, sorry, not gonna work. I think, okay, so we got one more, catastrophizing. This one causes lots of excessive anxiety. Catastrophizing, you expect disaster. You prepare for it. You know it's going to happen. You notice or you hear about a problem and you already start to think about the what ifs. You start to tear that problem, tear it to pieces with the what ifs, the negative what ifs, not the positive what ifs. What if tragedy strikes? What if it happens to you? What if it doesn't work out? As opposed to, what if it does? So catastrophizing, a lot of people who catastrophize can have so much not really decision fatigue, but anxiety from being stressed out from trying to manage the future, that it's a distorted thinking, and it prevents them from living a fuller quality of life, not just physically but emotionally and spiritually, because they're so focused on the possible negative what ifs. So there's so many more that I'd like to talk about, but I don't want to go on for too long. But these are some things that in therapy sessions, these are some questions that when someone is making a statement or making a comment about, my spouse never, or my spouse always does this or always does that, it's an opportunity to challenge the polarized thinking. Or if there is a conversation around mind reading, then that gives me or the therapist the opportunity to kind of dig deeper into that. So why do you say that this person feels this way? Or why would you say that this person thinks that? What have they done or what have they said to make you feel that this is actually true? So I challenge you guys to consider your distorted thinking or thinking errors. And one way to start with that is really asking yourself, when you make these overgeneralized comments about certain situations, first of all, is this really true? Is what I'm saying totally and completely true? Or is what I'm saying based off how I'm feeling? So, thank you for your time. I'm not going to take up too much of it, but happy Mental Health Awareness Month. I hope that you guys take an opportunity to check out some online resources and consider seeking therapy for yourself. I think that therapy is totally a gift, and therapy gives you an opportunity to talk things out to where they no longer have power over your heart in ways that they may have had in the past. See you later.